Evening. So I'm Jay McDonald. I'm here to talk about diversity, inclusion, and equity. So we hear so much about diversity, inclusion, and equity and how it's one of the main thrusts, main objectives of the school board and the school district. We don't often see specific examples of what diversity, inclusion, and equity looks like, though. So today I brought an excellent representation. This is like the archetype of diversity, inclusion, and equity material that it's one of the books that was just recently purchased for our libraries. It's in Romig and Bartlett. It's called Let's Talk About It by Erica Moen. So it's got one of the chapters in here is about sexting. And I'll just read some of the text here. So before you start sending your naughty masterpieces around the world, take some time to get friendly with photo editing software and apps. Digital photos are permanent and impossible to retract once they're out there. So keep your recognizable features out of them before you share them. This is a book for kids. Don't forget to crop out your face, hide your birthmarks and scars, and edit out your piercings and tattoos. And don't forget to tell your sweetie how hot they look. Let them know you appreciate the little gift they've sent you.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes?
Yeah, I'm going to interrupt you at this point. It sounds like you have a concern about a book. I'd be glad to connect you to the superintendent and their team to go through the appropriate process.
I'd appreciate if you don't interrupt my time.
Mr. McDonald, I've asked you to defer to the superintendent and their team if you have a concern about a book. We have a procedure and a process and a team ready to assist you if you'd like.
Mr. President, I don't think he's violated any rules. I mean, he hasn't used pornography. I mean, he hasn't shown any pornography. He hasn't shown any bad words, offensive words.
Mr. Donnelly, you can overrule the ruling of the chair if you'd like. It's my determination that we should ask Mr. McDonald to go through the appropriate process.
Well, I understand suggesting that to him, and I think that's fine, but I don't think he's said anything that would cause us to cut off his testimony at this point.
I think we have a past precedent in this boardroom which would support my ruling. You're welcome, and I support your right to appeal the ruling of the chair, sir.
Well, yeah, I would appeal the ruling of the chair based on that. I haven't heard anything that specifically violated our current rules for public testimony.
Understood. Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. I don't believe there's a debate, so we would go straight to a vote whether we're going to uphold the ruling of the chair. Ms. Foster, can we have a vote? A yes vote would be to uphold the ruling of the chair. A no vote would be to sustain or overrule, I suppose.
Member Higgins?
Yes.
Member Donnelly?
No.
President Bellamy? President Bellamy, I think you're muted.
Sorry. Yes.
Thank you. Member Holloman?
No.
Member Lessons? Yes. Member Wilson? Yes. And Member Jacobs?
Yes. Okay. By a vote of 5-2, the ruling is upheld. So, Mr. McDonald, if you have any other items to testify on, you're welcome to do so.
Well, yeah, sure. I mean, I keep getting cut off when I just read these books that are there's still purchase orders out for these books. Like they're not old things that were just put on the shelves to rot. Like they're things that you're actively procuring, putting in class. The first book that I read, I'm going to bring some of the FOIA documents that I have next time I'm in here. But there's teachers that are actually using it on their reading list in their classroom as part of their class material. So I don't want to hear that we're not giving this to kids. I was at the police department today and I was talking to them about this. And what it comes down to is there's a gray area where they say that, because you got to understand that distribution of indecent and pornographic materials to minors is a Class C felony. I hope that people understand that. So if there's the argument that, well, it's loosely covered by the First Amendment, and that's what you're doing, that's what you're hiding behind to get this to students in school, then how can you say I don't have First Amendment rights to just read this to adults at a school board meeting? Is it or is it not a First Amendment issue? I don't understand how it's appropriate for kids and it's not appropriate for the school board. I didn't even say a bad word. It feels a lot like you don't want parents to be seeing what's given to the kids. You're happy to give this to children. I've seen you. I mean, you even host reading times on the weekends. What books? What's your reading list when you host reading time on the weekends with Felix? You're happy to give these books to kids. It seems like you're terrified to give them to parents. And I think it's an absolute travesty that you cut off my time and don't even let me have my 3 minutes. I think you're breaking your own rules. Thank you.
With that, your 3 minutes are up. Thank you, Mr. McDonald. I see no other individuals signed up for testimony. Ms. Foster, is that correct? Okay. All right. Thank you much. We're going to take a 10-minute at ease. Thank you.